it's sometimes annoying because I could be feeling a certain way, but I don't even want to feel that way. Like I'm literally trying to like calm myself down, be like, hey, I don't want to feel this way about the situation. It takes me a couple of hours, maybe a day to calm myself down, but I'm trying to hide it and still be nice, but she still picks up on it. And she's like, why you feeling this way? Why are you acting like this? I'm like, yo, I'm nothing. I'm good. I'm happy. But she picks up on it. It's annoying. But that's something that good communication led to. Like now we understand each other so well that without even explaining to each other, we can pick up on it.
That girl right there, she my family. That boy right there, he my family. Family, 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 family. I do this here for my family. We do it all for the family. Family, 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 family. Yeah. Yes, sir.
Yo, 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 it's your boy VA, and we back at it again. This time with the top 5 reasons why your relationship done went down the drain. Oh my God! Why your relationship is not working, boo-boo. Why your romance done fizzled out. Why your man ain't looking at you the same. Why your woman ain't wanting to be intimate no more. Why y'all looking at other people on the low-low. We getting into the nitty-gritty today. Stay tuned. Be prepared. Watch out. How y'all doing though? How's your life? There's a lot of stuff going on. There's a lot of people dying, a lot of people hurt. This is a family effort. I'm here for y'all. Y'all need anything. Me and AA are in this thing to the end. We're gonna get through this together. We need y'all support. We need to support y'all. Everyone needs to come together for a greater purpose. If you're new to the channel, I appreciate you viewing us. I appreciate the subscribe, the like. If you're riding on the team, it's gonna be the best journey you ever been a part of. Best believe. I appreciate you. I love you. I hope the best for you and only you. Because I like you so much. We are here for you. We are a family. Team Wright. Squad up. If you are new and you haven't already, go ahead and hit that like button down below. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Become a part of Team Wright. And be ready for them notifications. Bing, bing, bing. Today though, getting that workout in. Getting my swole on. Giving y'all what y'all want. Let's go. Okay, so number 5 reason why relationships fail is because simply not allowing time for your partner to grow. When me and Alyssa actually started together, we got like a 2-year gap between our relationships, and it felt like a 10-year because I felt like I had gone through so much in my previous relationship that I got to a point where I knew what I wanted in my partner and kind of what I expected, and I knew what things that could be pitfalls for us and how to overcome them. But just because I knew didn't mean that she knew. And so I had to actually give her that time to grow. And us being at the young age of 21 and 23, I knew it probably could take some time, and it did take a couple of years, but within that growth that I allowed for her, I allowed for myself to grow and to become a better boyfriend and partner for her. But again, in the beginning, I had to be really patient because there was a lot of things that she had to work on. And this is not a negative, this is just her being immature in a relationship compared to her previous ones, and what I was kind of wanting out of her now was just a big gap. And the maturity level and learning that being in an argument doesn't mean that we're ending the relationships. It means that we have things to work on.
Yes.
Right.
Just because maybe you had that chemistry right in your other relationship and you knew that if we were in an argument, things could change depending on how we reacted with each other. But with a new person, you have a totally different way of looking at things. How they see an argument could be totally different from how you viewed it in a previous relationship or how you currently view it. So you have to adapt and adjust to that person seeing what you've done and what you've talked about as a way worse thing than what you think in your mind. And it's a real adjustment that can be hard to get to, but once you master it, it makes things so much easier.
It does, and you know, like he said, we have a 2-year age gap, and when he met me, I just turned 21. Now, you know,
imagine that.
Each relationship is definitely different. I had to learn different things from him versus my previous relationship. And sometimes you have to be able to adapt to every relationship. We have this list in our head and expectations of what you think your next relationship should be. You may think, I want him to be richer, or I want him to have a good job, or stuff like this. And sometimes when you get into a relationship, you're stuck with all these things in your head based on that list. And you set yourself up for an expectation, because clearly you think you're gonna have, Prince Charming, but in reality, you're not.
No, God!
You have things that you need to work on. It's important that you embrace those flaws and give them time to grow. And you're allowing that person to mold into the person that you want to be. Allow them to express themselves, work with them.
Definitely, because when you allow that person that time to grow, you build that patience up, and then you allow them to then have patience for you, because no matter how good you think you got it and how well put you are, you can work on it, because honestly, you're not who you think you are. You can be better than that. You can be a better person, and that partner is meant to bring that out of you. So having that patience for one another, and understanding that I may not be where I need to be, but I'm a day better than I was before, is understanding. Giving them that congratulations, giving them that affirmation that, hey, I see you're trying. I understand you may not be where we want to be yet, but you're trying to get better at it. I expected a lot of things out of my wife in the beginning that
Tell them
honestly, that I thought a wife should have and possess. And then after going through the relationship and understanding that, hey, this dynamic may not be the same one that I expected in other relationships.
You never know what you're gonna get.
So I had to learn, everybody has their own mix, kind of like a cake. Each cake is different. You got to put different type of ingredients and spices and flavors in order to get the right end result. And so to expect that everybody's going to fit into the same cookie cutter box,
it's not realistic.
It's not. You're going to cause unnecessary friction, expecting your partner to be something that they just are not. I expected my wife in the beginning to be more of a cooker.
What were you thinking?
To be more of a cleaner, because those things that I were instilled with, and I expected my wife to be instilled with that same mentality.
And then you got a reality check that I was completely the opposite.
Yeah, but that came with other things that were, more important. That I allowed myself to grow, and I realized, hey, that's not that important. I can do a lot of that stuff already. So maybe these things are more important in a spouse than what I thought was. The trade-off was enormous. For me, someone who's more driven, more goal-minded, more ready to go and to be a provider at the same time for the family and to help build something is way more important. For someone else, that might still be very important, and that's fine. But you can't have everything. You can't have your cake and eat it too. You have to have some give. The number 4 reason why relationships fail is keeping your friends away from your partner. Now, this is another situation where she was just saying, find what works well for you. Some people, that's just a no-go.
No what?
It's off limits, like, hey, I got my friends separate, you keep your girlfriend separate, and that's totally understandable. But honestly, for us, it worked a lot better for us to be more open, to actually have our friends become each other's friends, to have even, one of my friends be able to text her about something that has nothing to do with me, or it does. It doesn't matter. Either way, that is now her friend. And so for me to text her friend wouldn't be crazy. Even though I don't do it, or at least not that often, but I have. There's friends that we have that we are just close with that I can text them about something that has nothing to do with her. And we're comfortable with that. That's not a problem. That doesn't cause friction or animosity or jealousy. We understand our relationship is inclusive with our friends.
Yes, and to me, I personally hold a lot of love for my friends, and coming into this relationship, they were there. They had my back. They've been throughout everything, the whole process. They've seen me grow as an individual. So me, just the person I am, and how close I am with my husband and my friends, it just made more sense for me to bring my friends into the relationship. I could never see myself hang out with my friends and not have a close relationship with my husband and my friends at the same time. I think of my friends as an extension of me. So having my husband, being around me and my friends, and having that close relationship is important to me. And in his case,
How many?
he has many
But not
girlfriends.
many. Okay, not many,
Okay,
but like
yeah,
it's just a handful. Yeah.
A handful, okay. And so his girlfriends text him or call him, and obviously in the beginning it's
Friends that are girls. Let's get that
Okay.
right.
No,
I don't got
he
no
got side
girlfriends.
chicks.
I ain't got none of that
No.
side chick stuff. Yeah, she would cut my head off.
no, and down below. Anyway, so I'm a Cancer. So all the Cancers out there, we know we're possessive, we're territorial, and we cut you know, for taking our man. Whatever. But if I have guy friends that I feel comfortable being around, if I confide in, it would be unfair for me to tell my husband, oh, you cannot have girlfriends. And his girlfriends and we have a good relationship, we have a close relationship, and we text without him even being in the group message. And that's just, I feel like, works for us. You gain more
comfortability with each other,
Yes.
you know, because you are then allowed to see another side of your partner's friend that you probably didn't know about, and then like, hey, now I see why you're friends with my partner, and then you
Yeah.
understand your partner better, kind of talking to them, having that third party that has likely known your partner longer than you have. And in most of these cases, like our good friends, we've known even before we were together. And
Yeah.
so why would we let go of their relationship? It's because we're in a relationship. And
Exactly.
just because they're of the opposite sex, that doesn't make sense. If this is truly a friend, not someone that you dated, but an actual friend that you confide in and that you've been through stuff with, it makes sense to add on to those memories
Yes.
and to add your partner and be
Yeah.
inclusive with that. So there's never any issue whenever you're hanging out with them without your partner, because y'all come together all the time. So if that off chance that you're not with your partner, it's like, hey, it's not a big deal. I know this person.
he has women friends that he can relate to, because it's important. As a woman, I want my husband to be relatable, not just to me but to other women.
The way relationships work is generally going to be indicative on how your relationship with your friends are. If you have friends who are the opposite sex and you are able to relate with them and have a strong bond, I think it's going to make your bond with your partner even better, because 9 times out of 10 your friend of the opposite sex is going to tell you about, say, you know, a situation they have with one of their partners and how they dealt with it and how that person's dealt with it. And when you're giving each other constant advice, you're seeing how other people are working, how they're getting through their problems and issues, and it's going to help you with your own. If you have another perspective from, you know, a female friend, like, hey, maybe, you know, your partner was looking at it this way, you took it this way. And it's like, you know what, I didn't think about that. Now I have a female's perspective, and for her, a male's perspective that can kind of give me a little more insight on the female psyche or the male psyche. Okay, now the number 3 reason why relationships fail in 2020 is due to what we like to call fake forgiveness. Now, this is something that a lot of relationships deal with, honestly.
I don't deal with it.
Right. She's going ahead and put on that front, but we're going to keep it real today. Now, the main reason fake forgiveness is an issue in relationships is that you have situations where a partner has wronged you or has, and let's do an example, a relationship where you have not told the truth and your partner is now hurt, and you have this issue where you have to get forgiveness in order to move forward. A lot of people like to say they've forgiven you, but in reality, they have given you fake forgiveness and kind of put a little, you know, mustard mayonnaise on the bad meat, make it look like it's good, but in the end, the sandwich is bad.
Ooh, that's not good.
You can't go forward in a relationship when you hold that transgression above that person's head whenever you want to. Case in point, you get in another argument. It might not even be related to that topic, but for some reason you keep bringing it up and keep causing y'all's situation to get worse. If you want to move forward, if you want to truly grow with this person and have an experience that can be great and last a lifetime, you have to forgive.
Yes, and I'm really, really guilty, 110%. on this.
Yes.
And it's because in the past, as you know, all relationships go through challenges and drama and situations where we would get into an argument, and because obviously he did, so I would have to forgive.
Right.
But
Not every
I
time.
would fake forgive. So I would tell him I forgive him, and then if we have another argument which has nothing to do with the previous argument, I would bring that up. And it would cause more issues because now you're harboring all this anger, fake forgiving, and it has nothing to do with what you're arguing about. And it's because you never forgave that person. So consciously in your head, it's still there. You're still going through the pain. When, if you say you forgive somebody, you're supposed to actually let go and mean it.
Okay, now the number 2 reason why relationships fail in 2020 is due to poor communication. I think this is something that really takes a lot of time to build up in general in a relationship, learning how to communicate with them, but it's honestly one of the most important things in order to actually get past that first year threshold. Being able to confide in your partner and come to them with an issue, being able to cry on their shoulder, being able to give them ideas, give them your dreams, your passion. That's very, very important in order to build that foundation, that base, and to build up your relationship into this powerhouse, into this temple. You have to have that core foundation, and this is where that is built. Being able to talk to your partner about things that's happened at your work, things that's happened with your family, your friends. They should honestly be the first person you come to when it comes to anything.
With us being together for 9 years now, I had to be comfortable enough to have a voice, to express what I'm feeling. It's important for your partner to know what you're going through, how you're feeling. As the years go by, it was important for me to tell him how I felt at that very moment. Sometimes, you may have to take a step back and gather your thoughts, but then it's important that you communicate how you feel.
Yeah, and being able to build that will lead to where we're at now, where you have kind of this sixth sense, and you can sense without even speaking with your partner how they're feeling about something, or you can kind of tell when stuff is off. And it's sometimes annoying because I could be feeling a certain way, but I don't even want to feel that way. Like, I'm literally trying to calm myself down, but hey,
no,
I don't want to feel this way about the situation. It takes me a couple of hours, maybe a day, to calm myself down, but I'm trying to hide it and still be nice, but she still picks up on it. She's like, why you feeling this way? Why are you acting like this? I'm like, yo, I'm nothing, I'm good, I'm happy, but she picks up on it. It's annoying, but that's something that good communication led to. Like, now we understand each other so well that without even explaining to each other, we can pick up on it and then come to a resolution way sooner than we would have in the past.
I agree.
All right, now we're down to the number 1 reason why relationships fail. Can I get the drum roll, please? Number 1 reason why relationships fail is due to trust issues. Now, when I do say trust issues, I don't mean just cheating or worrying about your spouse doing something behind your back. I mean things like jealousy, envy, insecurities, having issues with your partner handling money. Those things are the biggest reason why relationships fail.
Yep.
One thing that we got early on in our relationship that really tested us was a bank account together. That was honestly a big step, and a lot of people, we realize, don't even do that. And so us having a joint account was like our first big step into a future with each other regarding our trusting each other to being able to handle money.
Or just being comfortable in the fact that knowing how much your spouse makes.
Yeah, and it shouldn't be that big an issue, but just something as simple as that can cause a lot of friction.
Yeah.
And it's really gonna teach yourself about what your partner values and what you as a person values from your partner. Is just something as little as getting a bank account together. Now, the other things I was talking about, jealousy and envy, those kind of come from insecurities that are rooted in yourself. And a lot of people, unfortunately, can see their partner rising up and see that as a challenge to them, or see it as a stain on themselves, when it should honestly be a congratulatory effort.
Trust itself is such a big, significant word, because as you know, if there's no trust, there's no us, or
Right.
as corny as it sounds, but it's true, especially in a relationship that you feel has potential. Because how are you able to move forward if you don't trust that person? It's gonna cause more insecurity. It just messes you up. And I've been there, and I can definitely relate. It's definitely not a good feeling. It brings you down, it eats you up, it makes you be this horrible person that you thought you would never be. And it boils down to not trusting that partner. And I understand that you may have been lied to, you may have been cheated on, you have been hurt in the past, but we're human. We all go through that. But it's really up to you to make that decision and realize, okay, he or she messed up.
Yeah.
And take ownership of that, because in order for you guys to move forward, you guys have to be able to trust each other.
When you have things that can cause insecurities in yourself, you have to look in yourself first. Because if you don't trust your partner, you likely don't trust yourself. A lot of people like to project on their partner, project things that was done to them in the past and bring it into a new relationship. And that's a big strain on your trust, because you're then allowing yourself to fall victim of not trusting the person you're currently with based on actions of someone you were with in the past.
This is great banter. It really is.
All these steps follow the same path. They all contribute to this trust issue. And that's why we kept that at number one, because everything builds up to really just a lack of trust is why we're not together or why we're not working.
Once you lose trust, to some people, to me,
rebuilt.
is the end of the world. I hold trust like no other.
It's very much worth it to invest that time and effort into building that trust, because then once you have it so strong, it's gonna be almost impossible to break. Not even that, but you won't even want to touch it. Like the things that you might have done in the past that could have causes that trust to falter, because you built it up so much, it's like I'm not even gonna get close to that because it took so much work to get back to where we're at now.
Yeah.
And so you get a more of appreciation when it's been broken and you've had to rebuild it. So don't worry about causing issues or thinking that it's going to be the end of the world or we're going to break up. It's good to go through some things and learn about each other and, you know, have these issues and these frictions, so that when you get to these bigger problems in life and y'all still together, you know how to handle it.
Yes, you know how to tackle it. And as a team,
Yes.
not individually. It's okay if you guys make mistakes. It's okay you guys are going through trust issues. Know that this is a process. It's a journey. And that's the reason why we're here today, is because we've been through that. We've been through breakups. We've been through mistakes and trust issues and all these things. And so as long as there's effort on both parties, then you guys are gonna get through it.
Okay, now we do appreciate you tuning in for this week's video
Yes.
of the top 5 reasons why relationships fail. This is VA, it's your girl AA, and we signing off. We love you.
Thank
Please
you.
hit that like and subscribe button down below. Please become a part
Of
of
our
Team
family.
Right. We about to get it. Let's go. Deuces.